Joining us now to give us a picture of how food banks across the country are supporting their communities this holiday season is Mr. David Armour, Interim CEO at Food Banks Canada. Sir, welcome to Forum Daily.
Thank you. Great to be here.
So let's start with this, sir. How do food banks contribute to and help families in their communities?
Well, food banks really help in three ways. Number one is they provide quality food to those that need food and those that find themselves unable to buy their own food. Number two is they speak with the people that come into food banks and find out why are they having these issues and what can be done to help. It's sort of a counseling and referral to other resources and other ways of helping them. And then the third way food banks help is we work with government at the provincial and federal level to really work on why is it that people that are on disability pensions don't have enough money to feed and house themselves? Why is it that people that are unemployed don't have enough? So really work at the policy level. So it's feeding them first, helping the individual and the family with what's happening in their lives, and then working with government to advocate to make some changes to the social safety net.
And considering that we are still battling this pandemic, how has this current crisis impacted the need for Canadian food banks in Canada?
Well, the need has gone up dramatically. Research we did this year in Hunger Count from Food Banks Canada saw a 20% increase, the largest increase since 2008 recession in use of food banks in March as opposed to March in the 2019. So we're seeing a huge increase. What's happening is what we're calling, sadly, a perfect storm. Increased food prices, increased housing prices, high levels of unemployment due to COVID, of the most vulnerable people getting unemployed due to COVID. And we're seeing increased inflation. We're seeing pullback of government support as we slowly come out of COVID. So it's really the perfect storm for people that are experiencing financial challenges. It's multiple effects all at once.
The perfect storm indeed, sir. Now, we mentioned this report from the Agri-Food Analytics Lab, so let's touch on it a little bit more. How will these ongoing rising prices impact the communities that food banks serve?
Well, for a huge number of people that are showing up at food banks, one of the reasons is the food is just too expensive. They just don't have the money for food as the costs are going up. And so we're hit by increased need from those that are coming to food banks. And then also, you can imagine for food banks themselves, where we need to supplement the food that's being donated with purchasing food, the price of the purchasing food is going up as well.
So what are some of the initiatives that Canadian food banks are drafting to address these issues here?
So the initiatives we're drafting really is, if we focus on the advocacy side, and why is it that in a country like Canada, we have so many people that are food insecure? We really look at who's coming to food banks. We're talking about seniors who are having trouble meeting their rent. We're talking about disabled people. We're talking about low-income renters. We're talking about arrayed people in the north. So our advocacy is really focused on five areas. Providing new supports for renters living with low incomes, modernizing and expanding supports for low wage and unemployed workers, progressing towards a minimum income floor, income supports for low-income single adults, and also increasing measures to reduce food insecurity in the north.
All right.
So it's really focusing in those areas.
All right, sir, just about a minute left here, but in terms of our Canadian viewers and how they can help, what are some food donation items that Canadians can contribute to their local food banks this holiday season?
Well, starting off, we say that we really appreciate at food banks. It's really helpful for people to give food, funds, and time. For people who are able to volunteer and help out, for people that are able to give funds so we can supplement what's donated. And in terms of giving food, really it's what's the high quality food that you would like to eat yourself, that you would like to feed your family, and how can you bring that to a food bank? Food banks are moving more and more to fresh food and high quality food. So whatever people are able to donate, from the really stable shelf food to the fresher food, whatever people wish to donate. And in some cases, just call your local food bank or check out on the website what they're looking for in this month.
All right, sir, just about 20 seconds left here, but any last messages this holiday season for our viewers?
I guess the last message would be a huge thank you. You know, in March of last year, we supported 1.3 million visits to food banks. We were able to do that because Canadians right across the country donated food, donated funds, donated time volunteering, because trucking companies were able to move the food across the country, because huge corporations were able to donate a lot of food. and because government was able to supplement the food that we were able to purchase. So I just say a huge thank you to Canadians. You made it possible for so many people to be helped. And heading into this Christmas season, while it's really needed and we ask for generosity, we also say thank you for every bit that you've done.
Thank you, sir, for joining us today on Forum Daily.
Great, thank you.